So today I'm talking with Kevin Egan. He's actually our neighbor here in Tahali, and his family owns and runs Hops and Drops right here in Bonnie Lake. It was their first store. Now they have, I don't know, 20 some stores and growing. So I look forward to meeting him, finding out a little bit more about him and a little bit more about his restaurant, Hops and Drops. Your family, are you from this area?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in actually Auburn.
Okay.
So my family lived in Lakeland Hills actually for about 15 years, 16 years.
Okay.
And then they recently moved out to Lake Tapps. But yeah, I grew up there, went to high school at Auburn Riverside,
Okay.
and went to Central Washington University, the Harvard of the West.
All right.
And yeah, my dad, so he worked for Red Robin for many years, and that's
Okay.
kind of where he got his background. I started at Red Robin as a bus boy.
When did how did Hops and Drops even come about? And what
Yeah.
did your dad do?
So my dad, he bounced around a couple locations places after he left Red Robin, and decided he didn't want to work for anybody else anymore, and wanted to create some place where he wanted to work.
Yeah.
So he opened up our first location here in Bonnie Lake, 410, in 2009, and didn't think it was going to grow to as big as it is. Really just wanted to find some place where he wanted to work, and that's what he did.
You live in Tahali too, right?
Yeah, I live in Tahali, so I get to walk these trails every day with my kids and with my wife, and so it's pretty fun being here. Yeah, so why did I choose Tahali? Well, one, I grew up kind of in this area, so I wanted to stay this way. But my wife and I have 3 kids, and this is a huge kind of community with young families my age, kids that are the same age as my kids, and so I thought it was a great place for him to grow up.
Good.
And that's how I always grew up in Lakeland Hills. Was a huge housing development, and I always had friends to play with and want my kids to have the same thing.
So Hops and Drops. So I understand the hops. Okay, beer.
Yeah.
Beer comes from hops.
Beer.
But what is a drop?
Drop. So we have this machine that makes 8 cups of ice. So we make the lemon drops, cosmopolitans, and we'll pour those drinks in this cup made of ice, and so
Okay.
we call them an icy drop, and like a lemon drop. That's kind of where it comes from.
Okay.
So you'll see people kind of their first time in or first time having it, they'll lift the
They'll try
cup
to-
up, yeah,
Okay.
and be like, "Is this really ice that I'm drinking out of?" My lips are cold, but yeah, so it keeps the drink cold. It melts from the outside in, so it never dilutes your drink.
Nice.
It stays fresh for the whole cocktail too. So it's just like these frozen taps. So our beer is poured ice cold, so it's 34 degrees.
Oh, nice.
And if you go into our restaurant, our taps are white. And so some people think that is covered in plastic, but if you go up there, it's actually ice. Yeah, so all the condensation that builds up on the taps just freeze to the taps and creates that ice.
Nice.
So ice cold beer. Can't go wrong.
No. And tell me about your menu.
Yeah, menu. So very diverse menu, but we have salads, sandwiches, some awesome mac and cheese dishes.
Nice.
Some fish tacos that are super tasty. So pretty diverse menu actually.
And also, you're from the community, your family's from the community, and I understand you give back to the community a lot too. So,
Yeah,
you know, it's called Helping Hands, or?
yeah. So we have a program called the Helping Hand, and it's there are 5 fingers. So
Okay.
we do a kids feeding kids program. So 50 cents from every kids meal order gets donated back to the kids in the community. Like
Great.
we'll stuff backpacks, help food shelters, help just community members. We have volunteers, do a lot of volunteering, walking dogs, help at the food bank here in Bonnie Lake. We do takeover nights, so come on in and do a fundraiser at our place. We have a scholarship program, so people who want to go into the restaurant or hospitality industry, will help them with the scholarship. And then lastly, it's our Good Neighbor Fund. So 25% of all of our beer sales, Hops and Drops beer sales, go to the Good Neighbor Fund.
Great.
And help out with people who come into struggle through no fault of their own, like house got burned down, hey, I just
Right.
got diagnosed with cancer. We'll help with
Okay.
a house payment, groceries, that type of stuff. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah, try to get involved in the community as much as possible.
Very good.
The neighborhood gathering place, good for date nights, family outings, beers
Okay.
with your friend, girls' night out. So it's really that occasion for everything. So If you haven't checked us out, come
Check us out.
and if you have, thank you for the support already.
Thanks so much, Kevin. That was fun. Really appreciate getting to know you and a little bit more about your business. If you want to know more about what it's like living here, please let us know. We'll send you out a magazine called The Land of Love, put out by our other neighbors. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, turn on notifications, and until next time, we'll see you then.
Little secret that will keep between you and I only
Okay,
is
all
I
right.
was the bird a couple times,
Okay.
and
The Red Robin, that's awesome.
in my
Okay.
yellow tights. But yeah, good times.
All right, we won't tell anybody.
Yeah, please
It's
don't.
you and I.
Yeah.